Hello, welcome to OMAT. So glad you're here. We're going to get into our exercises. But first, I wanted to ask you a question. Are you struggling with anything? I feel like we're all at some point always kind of struggling with one thing. There's something that doesn't come to us with as much ease as we would like to. And it could irk us a little bit seeing that other person or a bunch of people do it with such ease. It just comes to them. But we have to remember we're good at some stuff that other people struggle with and vice versa. So, how do we get better with the struggle? I think normalize struggle. How do you do that? You admit it. Admit what you're struggling with. Maybe first to yourself in a journal, maybe to your therapist, to a friend. Saying it out loud starts to put us in reality, and then we could really deal with it and build resilience. We've seen people take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, and then when they get the shot in, we're all so excited. That could be you if you don't give up. Let's not give up. Let's get into our practice. We're here and we might be struggling. We're about to do 8 exercises. 1 or 5 of them might be a struggle. Let's work on struggling. Let's work on struggling together on making it normal. Let's get into our practice. Get into the present moment. What does that mean to you? Sometimes rolling the shoulder back and down, getting physical in your space, meaning take up the space. Sometimes I just like to really physically just put my arms out. No one's swatting me. No one's after me. Let's get into our exercises. Let's get into our gratitude. There is something to be grateful for in this minute. We're going to take the entire minute to look for it. And that means our muscle is working. Don't worry about what you find. Let's look for some gratitude in this minute. Okay. Aw. It's right here. Let's wrap for now and find our water. If you struggle through that, good for you. You struggled through it. You sat there. Sometimes it's just hard to sit through something, to try it, to get that muscle going. Sometimes it pisses you off, but there you go. We're doing it. We're practicing. Let's keep going. Let's practice our meditation. And the word practice is so important. I'm practicing it. I'm in practice of doing it. What does that mean? That as soon as I try doing it, I'm already in practice. I'm repeating it. I'm building the habit, the muscle. Let's keep doing that by sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. Sometimes it's funny, maybe, to hear me say, as we come back from where? Well, there's a whole world going on in there. And by meditating, we're trying to take control of what happens in that world, where we do have a way to say, hey, this is what I want to happen right now in this world up there. That's the practice. Let's keep going. Let's write something down. Now, you can write something down to admit it to yourself. Maybe that's helpful. Or you could write something down that's completely not true just to get out a thought process, to try to think in certain ways. It's okay to feel that experimental pull when you write. Write silly words, angry words, it doesn't matter. We are practicing writing. Let's do it. Struggle through right now. Go ahead. Let's wrap for now. Finding water. And we're wrapping, even if it made us feel or start to feel something big that we're tapping into, we're still wrapping it. Even if it made us feel nothing, we don't even know why we did the exercise, we're still moving on. We're continuing. Let's go into our yoga, into our sun salutation, or any version of the stretch. Do some of the poses, all of the poses. There's a flow to it. Make your own flow. Feel your body, meaning go slow and listen. Let's try it out. Experimental style always. Inhale your arms up. Keep inhaling. Look up. Keep reaching up. Even though your arms are already up, reach, 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 and then fold forward. And sort of hinging at the waist so that you can hang over your feet. And you can keep your knees as bent as possible here. The stretches in the back. And halfway lift. Straighten out the legs. Flatten the back. Look up. Let's get into a high plank. Plant your palms down where they are on the mat or ground and step your feet back into a high plank. Feel the strength of your body and then slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Once the front of your body is fully on the ground or mat, push your palms and your chest will come up. Your head will come up. Look up. And let's meet in down dog. You could bend the knee from here and then hips up into a down dog, getting the heels as close to the ground as possible and walking your feet up towards your hands, rolling up, meeting the palms above the head, and exhaling them down to the center of the chest. And please move as slow as your body tells you to. We have these in between seconds to replenish the water, to work on our transitions, to maybe do an extra pose, an extra second in the plank, if that's where you're at, whatever you want to do. Let's get into that plank mindset. What does that mean? It could mean you start hearing theme songs from Rocky or something like that. It could mean that you get down onto the ground just a little bit lower in that physical presence. I'm about to do this. But together, mind and body, decide that you're willing. Decide that you're going to get up in plank. That's all we need because we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go up in that plank. Just like you told yourself you would. We're making promises to ourselves and we're keeping them. That's the important part. And that's 10 seconds in. If you promised you'd be up here and you haven't delivered yet, it is not too late. We know what it feels like up in this plank. Every second counts, and that's 20 of them. Look at you. You made it this far. Let's find a little bit more strength. Same strength that made you decide to get up in this plank. Let's use that for 30 more seconds. Let's use the idea of, I promised, I'm going to deliver. I'm going to keep believing me for 20 seconds. I don't lie to myself anymore. I say I'm going to do it, and I find a way to do it. Let's find that. Struggle through for 10 more seconds. This struggle will be worth it. If I'm not hurting myself, I will be so proud in 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Your version of plank, whatever that looked like today, it's over. Let's get off our plank, maybe stretch our way back. And as we're making these small movements coming back, I like to give myself a lot of credit. Why did I get in that uncomfortable position? Because I said I would. Because I know that this is healthy for me and this is going to help my day. And I did it. I'm going to keep using that thought process. Have some water. And with that thought process, I know it's going to be worth it for me to break procrastination for just 1 minute, to commit to myself for this minute, to throw something out so that at the end of the year, I have thrown out 365 things. I have decluttered 1 minute at a time. Find that small task. That's part of it. Find it, do it right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. And if you struggled through that, here's your chance to share it. If you did well through that, oh, I finally threw that out. Let me tell Michelle. Or I'm having so much trouble with this. You know, Michael really does his house well. Let me ask him, how do you keep this portion of your house looking like this? This is a chance to connect genuinely. If you genuinely have those thoughts, share them with someone. But let's look to connect in some way right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water. And that's where you are in a connection mind for today. Self-acceptance means I understand that that's where I am right now. That doesn't mean I have to stay there forever. It means I'm working on it. It means it's going to get better, whether it's great right now or not. As long as I keep putting effort into something, that thing will grow, will get better. Let's keep going. Let's shake it off in our aerobics. How do you want to move? How will your body let you move? Let's exercise those parts. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, and we're moving. We're moving our body in any way. If you can walk, walk around. Feel the strength of the ability to move however you're capable of doing that. That's 10 seconds. Maybe sharing the gratitude. Maybe that's going too far, but sometimes I am really grateful that I get to exercise this part. It means the part is working. That's 20 seconds. Let's keep it going. Maybe take the pain off your face. Maybe add pain to your face. What works for you? For 30 seconds, we're going to keep experimenting and find out. How do you generate energy when you need it? When the struggle is getting more and more real, for 20 seconds, how can you keep going? If you're not hurting yourself, how do you find a way for your body and mind to work together to generate what you need for 10 more seconds? This is it. This is the countdown. What do you have left in you? Let's leave it here. Let's do our best for 3, 2, 1, and you're done for today. Look at that. Great job. Have some water. Have some credit. What does that feel like? Even if you struggle through 5 out of the 8 exercises, that's what you're like, struggling through things that are a little bit difficult. Thanks for taking OMAT today.